Good evening, everyone. This is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to my weekly Wednesday Design with Debbie class. Hi, Lisa. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds for everybody to join in. Okay, it looks like everyone's coming on. Hi, Wendy. So I'm going to get ready by starting out telling you that I'm doing a Christmas in July card tonight. I'm using the new stylish Christmas stamp set, and I'm going to open this up to show you that my case is totally empty. This stamp set has 7 stamps in it, and I'm using every single stamp on my card tonight. So let me go ahead and give you all of the supplies we're using. Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana, and Bermuda Bay for inks. We're using embossing paste and one of the palette knives, and you can use whichever one your favorite. This is my favorite because it's long and skinny, and I seem to be able to work with this one a lot better. Hi everyone, so glad you're here. Dazzling Diamonds Glitter. And for cardstock, I did forget to mention one piece of cardstock when I gave you guys the list that you need for tonight. So if you are stamping along with me, I'm going to give you this one first so you can go ahead and cut it if you have time. Whisper White, 5 inches by 1 inch. That's the one I forgot to mention. We also need 5 inches, 5 1/4 by 4. And then a scrap piece for stamping. Coastal Cabana, 5 1/4 by 4. Fresh Fig, 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and we're going to score this. We need a piece of the Fresh Fig mini ruffled ribbon, and I have about 23 inches here. We also need a piece of cardboard. This is just regular cardboard off of the flap. And this measures 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then lastly, the metallic pearls, which come in gold and silver. I use silver on the card, and I'm going to use gold tonight just so you can see the difference. I'm going to go a little backwards. I'm not going to show you the card just yet. We're going to work with the cardboard first. So for those of you stamping along with me, dig out the cardboard. And what we're going to do is actually peel one of the layers off. And then what I did from there is I just used my piercing tool because I want to get the corrugated part of the cardboard. It's funny because the first one that I didn't have to deal with all of this mess. Okay, it's coming off good now. So what you want is all of this corrugated, all the bumps to show. Now this is going, once you see my card, you'll understand. If you want to create more of a rustic looking card, this is good to use. And I know that you can buy this in the craft stores, but all of the boxes that we get sent to us for our Stampin' Up orders, why not use these? Okay, I'm not going to bother too much with the middle part, only because most of it's going to be covered. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you see some of the bumps. I'm just going to do a little bit more at the top here. So you can work with this as much as you want to make it as perfect as you want. But I like the fact that it looks rustic. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. Now I'm going to bring in my embossing paste. I always tell my customers to make sure you keep this from the lid because that's what seals the top and Keeps your embossing paste nice and moist. Now all I'm going to do here is just like buttering a piece of bread. I'm just going to add clumps here and there. And then I'm going to make it bumpy to make it look like snow. And then this is going to dry while we work on the other components of the card. And as I said, I have a lot of layers going in the center, so I'm not going to worry about that. Now, one tip about the embossing paste, do not set this aside while you're doing something else. I actually just brought a dish of water while I'm filming, and I'm going to sit that inside. The embossing paste dries really quick, and you don't want that to be left on your palette knife. Now I'm going to take the Dazzling diamonds. Look how pretty that is. I hope you can see that. And this sticks right to the embossing paste. So now I'm going to set that aside to dry. And you guys want to see the card? Let me just clean this off. I dropped some. So remember, it's a Christmas card, so we want this to look like Christmas. That's why I'm working with the embossing paste. This is the card we're going to make. Look at all the layers. And doesn't the corrugated cardboard make it look rustic-y? Okay, so that's what we're working on tonight. Let me bring in my paper cutter. And I'm going to score at 4 1/4. And fold. I should hold this up so you guys can see the glitter too. See how shiny and sparkly that is? Next, Coastal Cabana is going to be glued to the card base. So this is a great way to add a background to the card, and it doesn't cost you anything because it comes from one of the cardboard boxes. I should show you the inside. I am going to do the inside tonight because, as I said, I used every single stamp. So this is the inside. I love the swirly stamp. It's so pretty. Okay, the first thing I'm going to stamp with the Coastal Cabana is the sentiment on the 1-inch strip. And that's going to go to the very right. And I can't see that, so let me bring in a dark color. And I did stamp it a little more to the top so that I could layer my ribbon on the bottom portion. Now we're going to do the poinsettia. And what I did with that is I stamped one in Coastal Cabana and one in Bermuda Bay just so that the bottom layer would show up because it's darker. And we do have to hand cut these. We don't have dies to go with this set. So this is the Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay. And then I'm going to do one set of the leaves with the Granny Apple green. Okay, now let's do the inside while we've got all the ink out. So I'm going to bring in the big swirl image. Hold on a minute, I've got something on my ink pad. Okay, now let's do the swirl image with Coastal Cabana right in the corner. Isn't that pretty? I love that. And we're going to bring in the peace sentiment. That's going to go right here in between the swirls. The larger sentiment, which says, "May the beauty and joy of this season fill your heart." That's going to go up here. And then we have this little snowflake image. Well, let me do the leaves first. Going to bring in the granny apple, and what I did is stamped right over the piece, and then I stamped again up here without re-inking. And to finish this off, I'm going to add some snowflakes. And then a few around the sentiment. Okay, and that's it for the inside. So I have used every single stamp image in this stamp set. Okay. Now we're going to cut out the leaves and the poinsettias. Oh, Maggie says that she loves that it's not traditional Christmas colors. I am known for using non-traditional Christmas colors on my cards. I've used pinks and purples. I just love experimenting with color. So it's going to take me a few minutes to cut all of these images out. I don't think anybody's stamping with me tonight, so I'm just going to keep going. And if you do stamp later, I would love to see what you created by adding the photo in the comments section. I think everybody just comes to watch lately. That not very many people are stamping with me, but that's okay. You guys can stamp later. And thanks for sharing, everyone. I'm seeing that you're sharing my video. I appreciate that. And while I'm cutting, I'm going to Alaska next week, Dave and I, on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. So we're leaving next Friday, the 20th. And I will have my Sunday share class on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then I'm going to have one more class next Wednesday. And then you guys won't see me for a couple weeks because I'll be gone. So this flower, this poinsettia, is really easy to cut around. I leave a little bit of white space. Oh, Cindy, you made the Wish birthday cards. I'm so glad you made those. I had a lot of positive response from those cards. I'm glad you liked them enough to copy them. Okay, one more. So this is the worst part, you guys having to watch me cut. I should talk a little bit about promotions while I'm doing this. So for the whole month of July, anybody that joins Stampin' Up! And you never have to do classes or workshops, you get a color family of 10 free ink pads. I think that is the greatest promotion I've seen yet when joining Stampin' Up! And you can join just to get a 20% discount on all your future orders too. And then starting today, we have the paper pumpkin that you can sign up for. And for the remainder of July, we also still have the buy 3, get 1 free on the designer papers. That's a great deal too. Okay, I just want to see if, yeah, see that's hard already. That's how quick that is. Now, because this is cardboard, I'm going to use tear and tape to glue this down. Oh, thanks for the well wishes on the trip. We are quite anxious to go. We've never been to Alaska. That's actually Dave's bucket list trip. And he has to have knee replacement surgery in August, so I'm hoping he's going to do okay with the trip. Okay, now we're going to glue the cardboard in place. I find that it's easier to just add the tape to the card base and then press this down. Okay, so that's my 3 layers. Oh, you know what? I needed to do my ribbon first. That's okay. We can still do that. Now, where is my sentiment layer? And I'm going to glue that down with the liquid glue. Is tear and tape stronger than using glue? When I have a card that has a lot of layers, and especially this, it's thick, I think it's better for the cardboard. It depends on what I'm gluing. Okay, now I'm going to try to slide the ribbon under there. Let me see if I can lift this up. And the ribbon's going to go to the very bottom of the white layer. The only reason I was able to lift up on the cardboard easily, I haven't pressed down very hard on it yet because of the embossing paste. Now I'm going to make my bow a little smaller. Okay, now I'm going to cut the ends. Okay, now I'm going to press down. This part right here is quite thick, so it's not dry yet. So I don't want, I smushed it a little bit there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and glue the poinsettia. And that's going to go right over the white section and onto the cardboard. And then we'll add Stamping Dimensional to the second flower. Oh, thanks for the well wishes, Sandy, for his knee replacement. He actually had his first one done last November and he did really well with it. So we're hoping this one's going to be just as good. And then we're going to tuck the green leaves. So I'm going to put that one there. And you could add more leaves if you wanted to, but I felt that this was enough. Now, I did have the silver metallic pearls on this one. I'm going to add gold to this one just so you can see the difference. And I'm kind of using the 3 little dots that you see here for placement. Oh, thanks for all the love, you guys. I love seeing those little hearts go by. And that's my card for tonight. A rustic embossing paste and dazzling diamonds and pearls and all kinds of layers. Oh, I didn't glue the inside, you know that? I'm going to leave that right here so you can see the inside, but I'll glue it later just so you can see everything there. So I will be back on Sunday with another, what am I doing? I'm doing a Sunday share this week. And let me show you what I'm going to be working on. So I'm actually going to do on page 176, the Share What You Love suite. And I'm going to be doing all 4 of these projects right here on Sunday. So join me at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. And thanks so much for coming tonight, everyone. Hope you have a good remainder of the night. See you later. Bye-bye.